Hello, everyone, and welcome. Just going to give people maybe a minute or so to get in before we get started. Okay, and we'll probably just get started at 1:16, just a minute after. All right, so it is exactly 1:16. I'm going to go ahead and kick this off. Excuse me, today's webinar, we are talking about how to sell LearnDash courses with events and tickets using the events calendar integration. This is a newer integration that works with LearnDash. And let's go ahead and click on the slides here. All right, so first thing I want to get started is to kind of make everyone feel a little bit more comfortable with some icebreakers. All right, so our first icebreaker is where are you joining us from? If you want to just put that in the chat, and we will share some of those on screen where you're joining us from. And I'll just put mine in first. All right, there may be a tough crowd today. not seeing as many come through in the chat. All righty, what about you, Jamie? Where are you joining us from?
I'm from New York.
Okay. All right, so Hazel is joining us from Birmingham. Is that Birmingham, Alabama, or Birmingham in the UK? We got Canada. Awesome. Thank you all for participating. All right, so two more icebreakers. So this or that, would you rather talking pets or talking babies? I think I would prefer talking pets. I would like to know what my dog is saying. What about you, Jamie?
I'm gonna go with talking babies. I have a 1.5-year-old, and I'd love to know more about what she's thinking and what she's
That's true.
saying.
I think it'll change. Once I have children, I'll definitely want to know, like, why are you crying right now? Please tell me, speak English, please. Awesome. So one more icebreaker here. So this or that, pineapple pizza or candy corn. I'm pretty weird, so I kind of like both. What about you, Jamie?
I think I'm gonna go with pineapple pizza. I
Mm,
like a sweet and savory.
yeah, I think that's maybe the Hawaiian pizza I had a few years ago. It's really not that bad. I kind of like the pineapples on there.
Yeah.
So, and candy corn, I don't know why candy corn gets so much hate. It's actually pretty good. So, alrighty. So moving right along. So before we get to this piece, I do want to just introduce ourselves. My name is Carmen Kendrick. I'm the product marketing manager at LearnDash, and I'm going to share a fun fact about myself. I am a human jukebox. So at any moment, you may just catch me singing a song. I will try to contain myself while we're on this webinar. I don't want to subject you to my horrible singing voice. But Jamie, what about you?
I'm Jamie. I'm the product marketing manager for the events calendar. And a fun fact about me, I used to be a pastry chef in New York City.
Oh. Awesome. I mean, that's like my next hobby. I want to learn how to bake. That is amazing. I feel like baking just requires so much more attention to detail in a sense. And I just kind of like browse through things really quickly.
Yeah, it's an exact science, but that's what I like about it.
See, I'm more like, maybe this, because when I cook, I'm just like, okay, whenever I stop shaking the seasoning, I mean, it's whatever. Like, I'm not measuring anything. So, yeah. Alrighty, so let's get into the webinar. So we're talking about the events calendar add-on for LearnDash, and we're going to be showing you how to sell your courses using or through events and tickets. All right, so first, so what is it? So the event calendar add-on makes it easy to sync your courses with events. This integration gives you the ability to automatically sign up people for courses after they register for events. So if someone registers to one of your events using the events calendar, you can automatically put them inside of a LearnDash course or a group. So what does it do? Kind of just a more detailed description of the last slide. So you can do automatic course or group enrollment. So if someone signs up for your event on making pastries, you can automatically put them in your pastry baking group in LearnDash, or you can put them into your beginner pastry making course in LearnDash, if that's the example. And you also have virtual events integration. So if you have like a live webinar going on, then you can connect the virtual event to the course and kind of give a more immersive group-based learning experience. All right, so here are some examples of how you can use this. So the first example is, so there's a live business seminar taking place downtown. With event registration, users are able or are enrolled into an existing online course that covers related material, and organizers use this as a marketing opportunity by advertising the free course registration incentive to prospective seminar attendees. So just kind of a recap there. So there's a seminar happening, and then in order to, I guess, get more people to come to the seminar, they're offering a free course on marketing. So that's an incentive for people to come to that seminar. You also have another scenario. So this is kind of a short version of it, but I'll kind of just read through the long version. So there's a pharmacy techs. They have a live seminar in Houston. Registration for the event also gives them an opportunity to receive CE, which is continuing education credits, which are required annually to renew their license. However, students need to complete the corresponding exam in order to get credit. The seminar host creates a LearnDash course that includes the exam. Then they link it to the seminar registration on the event website. Once the students register for the event, they are automatically enrolled in that course and are able to take the exam to get those continuing education credits. In our third scenario here, so there's a choir master that they're having a live recording session in London, but singers are located all over the United Kingdom. In order to be ready for the live session, they would like for the vocalists to have learned their parts beforehand. As the vocalists RSVP for the recording session, they're enrolled in a LearnDash course where the director has uploaded recorded lessons for each vocal part. This ensures that by the time everyone comes together, sopranos, altos, and tenors have all listened and they know their parts for the live session when they come meet together. So those are just some different ways that you can kind of imagine using the events calendar add-on with LearnDash. And next we are going to have Jamie walk through it. So I'm going to pull my slides.
I'm going to share my screen.
All righty. And by the way, if you have any questions throughout the demonstration that Jamie's doing, feel free to put those in the chat. I'll be watching those. So at the very end, I'll have a collection and we can just kind of go through the Q&A. Or you can wait to the end, but if you have any questions throughout, feel free to put those in the chat.
All right, and you can see my screen? Okay. So the first thing you want to do is to head over to WooCommerce settings and go to accounts and privacy. And you'll want to uncheck these two options under guest checkout. And then you'll save your changes. And then go to tickets settings and stay in the general settings. And you want to make sure that these two options are checked under login requirements. And then you can create a new course, and you'll create your course the same way you normally create a course with LearnDash. So you'll just add your title. And then under the settings, you want to make sure that the course is closed. And you want to make the course content only visible to enrollees. So you'll publish that. We'll come back to the course. It's not going to have much in there. And then you can create a new event. If you're familiar with the events calendar, you create an event exactly the same way you normally do. So you'll create a new event, pick your date, and you can add any other information that you want to add. And you'll add a new ticket. And that's with event tickets and event tickets plus, which you'll need for this integration as well, because it'll integrate with WooCommerce. general admission. You could set a capacity, any other information that you'd like for your ticket. Save your ticket, and then you can publish your event. Okay, so then we're going to grab our ticket URL and add that to the course. To do that, we will go to, I'm going to go to products because your ticket will actually be a product. And you'll find your ticket and view it. And if you're in Chrome, you'll be able to see the URL down there. But you can also just click on view and grab your URL this way. And then we'll go back to our course. And edit it. And we'll use that URL that we grabbed from the ticket, and under access mode closed, you'll put the ticket under your button URL so that when you go to your course, there'll be a button for your ticket. And you can add the price of your ticket here as well. And you update. And then we'll go back to that ticket product. And this time we'll edit it. Oops, this time we'll edit the ticket. And you want to select it as a course. And then you can find your course from here, your LearnDash course, and you would add it here. And if you have a group, you can also associate it with a group here as well. And you'll update it here. And lastly, we're going to head back to our event. And we'll scroll down. And where it says LearnDash integration, you'll find your course in this list and add it here. And you can also add your LearnDash group as well. And click update. There's not going to be much to see on the front end here right now, but when your course is there, you will. But right now you have a ticket. And then that's it for that. And if you have virtual events with the events calendar, you'll be able to see like an extra box there in your event, and you'll be able to configure your virtual event there.
I'm sorry, I'm muted. I didn't realize I muted myself. So as I was saying, so with the integration, it seems like the easiest way to kind of get it done. So you think maybe you should create your course first and then create the event, or like which order? Because it's like a lot of like back and forth. But I
It's
know
true,
that you're
yeah.
kind of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably if you create the event first, because you'll need to create an event, create a ticket, and then grab that ticket URL in the WooCommerce product
Mhm.
and use that URL in your course as a button. So if you
That makes
create,
sense.
it might be easy, like a little easier if you create the event, then the ticket in one place, grab that ticket URL and create your course.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So we're going to open it up for any questions about this integration. I know we kind of get this question a lot about, especially if you have some type of live event or like a live call inside of your course. And it probably can work in different ways. I would love to see if there's any questions about how you can make it work for yourself. And I'm just going to put the Q&A on the screen. All right, we'll just give it a few moments here. While we wait for questions to come in, I believe the events calendar, the latest version is out with the events calendar. Is that correct, Jamie?
Yep, the latest version of the events calendar and events calendar pro are out. It was version 6.0, which was a really big release for us, with a whole
Okay.
bunch of new features and additional things.
What do you think are like, I guess, the most notable features of 6.0?
So we have, whereas with before 6.0, we had recurring events. Now we also have a new post type called series, which makes it so much easier to edit events that are grouped together. And you could group together any kind of single events or recurring events into one series. Before, with recurring events, you'd have to break an event from a series in order to do that. And now you can just group together any kind of events that you have.
It's pretty
Um,
awesome.
yeah, and the other really cool feature with 6.0 is this duplicate events feature, which people have been asking about for a while. So you can just
Mm.
quickly clone events and create new events really fast.
Yeah, we recently got that feature with LearnDash where you can clone courses, and people were asking for that one for like the longest time. I think we did a webinar, I want to say, on that one as well, and then the import export. Does the events kind of have import export on events to like go from one site to another, or?
Yeah, we have, you can import export events. You can like import and export them as like a CSV, or we also have our event aggregator service that allows you to like create a whole hub site, and then you can put in the URL of one event or of one website if, with the events calendar, and like have all of your sites updated with the same events.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm not seeing any questions. This will probably be one of our shortest webinars we've done so far. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. However, if you do have any questions about the events calendar, well, that's a great question to bring up. So say I'm a new person to kind of, maybe I'm using LearnDash, but I'm very new to the events calendar, but I do need to use it to maybe sign people up for some courses after they register for events. So if I have questions, I guess, which route of support is the best way to go? Would it be more so the events calendar or maybe LearnDash? What do you think is the best route to go if I have a question about setting up those events and tickets and being able to integrate that with LearnDash?
We have a ton of resources so that people can sort of self-support with the events calendar. So if you go to our website, you can find a whole knowledge base of stuff to get you set up with just creating um, all of your events and tickets, all the basics that you need. We've got guides for setting up all those sort of beginning tasks when starting with events and tickets.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, definitely, I feel like if it's more how to use the events calendar, look through the documentation. There's also support as well. But wait, the support is for the pro version of the events calendar and plus?
Yeah, so if you have the events calendar or event tickets, we monitor the support forums on WordPress.org for
Okay.
those types of questions. And then if you have Events Calendar Pro or Event Tickets Plus, we have a dedicated premium support.
Okay, and I also just wanted to share this as well before we leave. So there are a cocktail of plugins that you kind of need to make this happen. So I did want to try to share those in the chat if I can. And also, by the way, the replay is going out within 24 hours, and we'll include everything we're talking about along with a link to this video. And this comes through very ugly looking, so I'm going to just kind of copy and paste one at a time. All right, so you will need the events calendar. And we have events ticket or event tickets. You will also need event tickets plus, and we have some coupon codes for you. The events ticket plus is a premium add-on or premium plugin, I should say. So we do have a coupon for you, as you can see on the screen, with LearnDash and event tickets. Virtual events is a optional. However, virtual events, if you are planning to do like any type of maybe Zoom or YouTube live, like what we're on right now, then you may want to consider doing virtual events if you're wanting to use LearnDash and the events calendar together, but only if you're planning to do virtual events, to share those links there. Also, WooCommerce. And then looks like we, of course, need the WooCommerce LearnDash add-on, which is a free add-on that you can find in your add-ons on LearnDash. Sorry, from your dashboard of your website. And then the very last one here is the events calendar and LearnDash free add-on, which can also be found once you log into your website under the add-ons for LearnDash. So that is everything there. Are there any other last points you want to share, Jamie?
Um, just if you do want access to the features that I was talking about, like series and duplicate events, that one comes with Events Calendar Pro. Just a note.
Okay, yeah. And I think it will be a great idea to kind of just maybe share the differences between the Events Calendar Pro, like maybe some like the baseline features for that versus the events tickets, or like I guess the purpose, like what I need the events calendar and what I need event tickets, just based on that. What do you think?
I think so. Just like super basic, the Events Calendar plugin is your events, and event tickets is your tickets. You can create tickets without events if you'd like to. Uh, and so you would then put your tickets on a like a WordPress page or post. The addition of the events calendar plugin for the events gives you a dedicated events page for your tickets. It's also where your virtual events would live. So it just depends on your needs.
Okay, so I think what I'm getting from this most basic is the events calendar is like really just the calendar that will just show everything that's going on. And then event tickets is if you are wanting to sell tickets to maybe some of those events, or even like a standalone type of Eventbrite type of thing where you can just sell tickets to events. So
Mhm.
that's pretty awesome. Last thing I would like to know with event tickets, can you have like free tickets or make an event ticketed, but it's like free and I have to be paid, or do you like it have to be paid for event tickets?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be paid with the free event tickets plugin. You can also, or with both of them, really, you can create RSVPs so that that's your free ticket. And then with Event Tickets Plus, you could also just add free tickets. You don't have to have a price for them.
Okay.
And with the free event tickets, we have sort of our e-commerce solution, which we call Tickets Commerce. And then if you want WooCommerce, that comes with Event Tickets Plus.
Okay. Awesome. So we did get one question. I'm very happy. So Sheila says, for a 6-week program, would I use virtual events? And I'm wondering, on a 6-week program, would it be like I guess, every week there's a live event going on? So that would be a great just follow up to answer your question. Jamie, any thoughts on this one just offhand before, if Sheila replies to this one about if it's a live event every week?
Yeah, if it's if it is a virtual event, then you will want virtual events. Um, if you're doing like if you're hosting something online, then you'd want to do virtual events. If you're hosting an event, just a physical event, you could just use uh, our events plugin, the events calendar.
Okay, yeah, and that would be pretty awesome. So if it's a virtual event, I can see like they sign up for the 6-week program, and so I guess that's another piece that comes into it. So with the recurring or like the series, it's kind of like an event in that context, but you can also attach that LearnDash course or courses or groups to that. So whatever that program needs, or I guess the people in that program need, they can also take those courses at one course, whatever the case may be. So yeah, so Sheila did say it's I guess a live event each week. So that would make sense. So you would definitely need virtual events in that case if you were wanting to do it that way. But yeah, that makes sense.
And I think Events Calendar Pro would be helpful there, so that you could create that recurring event.
Hmm. Or should I do it in LearnDash? Well, that depends. If there is content related, let me see. Wait, let me just back up for a second. If I'm thinking about this correctly, I think there's a couple of ways you can do it in LearnDash in particular. So, like, say you create a course and people sign up for your course, you can use drip content in a sense to kind of prevent people from skipping ahead. You can do like a specific date on the drip content. So for less or week one, they only have access to week one. Well, they get access to week one on whatever date that you set. And then you can embed, I think some programs like Zoom, I don't know if Zoom does it, but some programs you can embed like a video or live video inside of that. And so that's a solution as well. But it just, I guess, depends on how you want to go about it. But that is one way to do it, just strictly in LearnDash. But I think that if you want to do more of a calendar or kind of just keep up with things, maybe sell tickets to it, then I think that's when you maybe want to use both of those together. So that was a great question. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and close this one out. Up here on the screen, you will see coupons. You can get $25 off the LearnDash plugin, and also 25 off the Events Ticket Plus plugin. This is also, well, this information will also be in a follow-up email that goes out to everyone. If you have any follow-up questions about this webinar, you can always reach out to us over at LearnDash and we can point you in the right direction, whether that be someone over at the events calendar or if we can answer that question for you. But as I was saying, the link to this video and the resources that we discussed will also be in that email going out to you tomorrow. So thank you for joining us and we will see you all next time. Bye now.